Phoenix Field at the DCU Center in Worcester, it's Massachusetts Pirates football. Tonight, the champs of the Indoor Football League opened their 2022 campaign against the Frisco Fighters. Hello again, everybody. I'm Mick Moningoff, and thanks for joining us for Massachusetts Pirates football. As for the first time ever, the Pirates will open a season and take the field as a defending champion. They'll do it against the Frisco Fighters, a team where they have a pretty good history against. As a matter of fact, it was Frisco, the last team to defeat the Pirates right here at Phoenix Field at the DCU Center. And then the Pirates ran off 11 straight games, defeated Frisco in the semifinal, and went all the way to the United Bowl, where they knocked off the Arizona Rattlers in overtime. And just like so many times last season, it came down to a game-winning kick. And this one was off the foot of Garrett Hartley from 31 yards out, and the celebration was on for the Pirates. Well, when you talk about the Pirates last season, they really did it with defense, only giving up 31 points a game. And when they faced Frisco in the semifinal, they did it with defense with a pick six by Harlan Miller. Toby Johnson with a deflected pass. Miller took it in for a 7-yard touchdown, and those two players will be back for the Pirates this year. Both were first-team All-League performers. Offensively, go no further than the dynamic duo of Alejandro Benefield to Thomas Owens. Both of those players are back for the Pirates, and last year it was Benefield, the MVP in the United Bowl, second in touchdown passes. Owens was second in touchdown receptions in the league, a first-team all-unanimous selection for the IFL, and also the only receiver in the league to go over 1,000 yards. Well, time now for the injury update brought to you by Physical Therapy Innovations, and Theo Majette out of the lineup tonight, as is linebacker Kobe Kwanzaa. The third member of our team is Leverett Ball. He's standing by with the Syntron Energy interview with the quarterback, Alejandro Benefield.
Thanks, Mick. I'm joined now by Pirates quarterback Alejandro Benefield. Now, first off, Dro, different season. You come in as defending champs. Obviously you have a target on your back, unlike last year. What's the team's mentality trying to defend your United Bowl championship?
Yeah, different season, same goal, man. We come into every game with the same attitude. We prepare for every game, each and every game by itself. So this is our first game. This is the only game that matters right now.
And, last season you began the year as the backup, then won the starting job partway through. How much more comfortable are you this year as the established starter game one?
Yeah, after having a full season of experience, I'm a little bit more comfortable with the receivers and the offense, and I feel like we're going to come out today and have a great day.
All right, well, Dro, good luck today.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Back to you.
All right, thanks, Leverett. Time now for the Berkshire Bank starting lineups.
Deshaun Downey, DN, UMass.
Toby Johnson, defensive tackle, UGA.
Ventre McMillan, defensive end, UT Chattanooga.
Nashawn Hughes, linebacker, University of Texas.
Harley Miller, defensive back, Southeastern Louisiana.
Ariane Maxey Penn, DB, wide receiver, the University of Missouri.
Chucky Williams, defensive back, University of Louisville.
Khalid Wooten, DB, University of Nevada.
So when we come back, it's Massachusetts Pirates football, the defending champs, taking on the Frisco Fighters. Kickoff is coming up, so don't go away. Massachusetts Pirates football is presented by Phoenix Communications and these fine sponsors.
It's hard to imagine all the information that's flying around the world today. YouTube, Zoom videos, photograph, data, that all transmits over fiber optic cable. Over the last 20 years, Phoenix has installed thousands of miles of fiber optic cable just in the New England region alone. It goes under the oceans, on the poles, in your buildings, under the streets you drive on. That means that fiber optic cable will most likely be coming to your home in the future, and Phoenix will probably install it.
Boston Sports Performance Center brings world-class sports medicine, sports physical therapy, and sports performance services to help all athletes and patients recover faster with a level of success that they may not have imagined possible. The center's team of orthopedic surgeons and sports medicine physicians from St. Elizabeth's Medical Center work alongside licensed sports physical therapists and experienced performance coaches to provide minimally invasive medical treatments, advanced rehabilitation, sports performance training, as well as a comprehensive concussion management program.
My enemies are gonna be my reason. We gon' make them on my client, they gon' feel how violates me. They say they've never seen a real one. They can never be a real one. A lie they see. Yeah, when they no lose my way. Yeah, yeah.
So here at the DCU Center in Worcester, it's Mass Pirates football tonight at Phoenix Field, as it's the Pirates taking on the Frisco Fighters, and we are set for the opening kick. It'll be Josh Gable kicking it away for the Pirates. And back to return, a familiar face in Laquiviante Gonzalez. Here's the Nolt Chiropractic kickoff. The kick is a squib. It is touched. It's a live football. It bounces off the wall, finally picked up. And here is Smith. Jerminic Smith returns it across midfield all the way close to the 15-yard line. So there's our first play of the game. Another look at it. And a pretty good return off a ball that was touched and live.
You know, it is. You know, a lot of times they will squib kick it just because the unknown of where the ball is going to go. And if you got a good return man, the smart thing to do is squib it to you know, keep it out of Gonzalez's hands.
So Frisco will have it. 1st and 10. And the quarterback tonight is T.J. Edwards. He gets the start. He'll send 2 in motion, throws to the near wall, and a catch made by Mark Munson. And a flag comes out right away as Chucky Williams was in on the coverage.
And that's just some excitement right there. He's excited to hit somebody. It's been 6 months since he hit somebody, and he got an opportunity even though it was after the whistle.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 3. Half distance to the goal, automatic.
You know, T.J. Edwards, he comes over from Arizona last year. He backed up Drew Powell down there in Arizona as one of the free agent pickups that Coach Back went out and got. I talked to Coach Guy about him, and you know, Coach Guy thinks that Edwards could develop into a pretty good quarterback in our league here.
1st and goal at the 8 after the penalty to Chucky Williams. Gonzalez goes in motion, and the handoff goes to Justin Rankin, who runs into the end zone for a touchdown on the second play of the game. Rankin gets the touchdown, 6-0 Frisco with 14 minutes on the clock. He had 15 touchdown runs a season ago when he played in Bismarck.
He sealed the edge, and that's all she wrote. Just a little zone read, and gave the ball to the right read, and that's about as easy as you get, Mick.
So Frisco strikes first.
77 is eligible
plays into the game.
On kicking tries for the remainder of the game.
Looks like they're going to go for a 2-point conversion. Blake Sims comes on to run the 2-point play, and who's the last player to join the fray? It is Sims. He's going to be the holder. All right, so it's not a 2-point conversion. Ricky Aguayo is on for the extra point. Placement down, spot, kick on the way, and this one is good. So Aguayo's extra point is true. We have 13 minutes and 19 seconds on the clock, and the Frisco Fighters have a 7-0 lead over the Massachusetts Pirates. It will be Dantes Bird back deep for the Pirates to return it. Here's his kick, and this will hit the scoreboard and go into the luxury suites out of play. I believe that comes out to the 20-yard line.
It does, and that's a rookie kicker there. I know Coach Back is high on him, said he's one of the best athletes on the team, but he's going to learn how to read where the obstructions are, and there is a big one here in the middle of this field.
Yes, there is. Most kickers will try to kick that ball to the side to avoid the jumbotron here at the DCU Center. Alejandro Benefield's the quarterback. Rubens Joseph, Sean Locke at the center, and Chaz Wright start up front. Isaac Zico and Thomas Owens are your receivers, and Martez Carter starts in the backfield. The third wideout is Dantes Bird. In the shotgun, Benefield wants to throw to the near sideline, almost intercepted. Great play by Cameron Hilton to get a hands on the football, but he couldn't pull it in. It's incomplete.
And that was classic cover 1 there, where they've got a free safety over the top, and then man up the wideouts, and that safety's just kind of free to roam there, and that was a pretty easy read. It was actually a good job on the receiver's part to break it up.
So 2nd and 10 coming up. As the Pirates trail in this one by 7. Benefield sends 2 in motion, near side. 1-step drop, throws down the middle. It is incomplete. Ball was intended for T.O. Redding, but good coverage on the play. And once again, Hilton was there to get a hand on it.
We get a hold there on Lockett. Lockett is new to our league. He came over from another league, and you know, he got the nod here at the center and started here with a hold.
So the decline of penalty, it turns into third down. Lockett and Joseph both played in the NAL with Albany last year and won a championship. So here's third and long from the 20-yard line. 11:53 and a clock moving in the opening quarter. Benefield, one-step drop, comes to the near sideline, complete, and that's going to be good enough for a first down as it is Isaac Zico making his first catch of the year.
We got another flag here. We got a unsportsmanlike here on, I believe it was Joseph, just after the play extracurricular.
Well, you got to be disciplined.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 50, his first of the game. If the play resulted in a first down, we'll go 15 yards from that spot, 1st and 10.
Benefield, hands off. Not much there as Carter is stood up. Maybe a yard gain, that's it.
That was Griggs getting a little frustration out. They tried to zone read him, and he did not bite. And that was a no gain there.
All right, so it stays at the 15-yard line. Griggs starts up with Henderson up front and Williams. Hibbler's a linebacker. Cedric Poole, Santos Ramirez, Cameron Hilton, Byron Edwards are in the secondary tonight. So no game for Carter. 2nd and 10 at the 15-yard line. Benefield with a two-step drop. Clutches, now throws deep and throws this one away. T.O. Redding had double coverage near him. So far, Benefield's kind of been looking deep, but nothing happening, and you got a coverage over the top.
Yeah, both receivers had double routes there. Both of them kind of had hitch and goes, and he just threw that one away.
So Lock at the center brings them up. Pirates looking at a 3rd and 10 at the 15-yard line. Zico had a first down catch on 3rd down the last time. See if they go to him. Benefield's looking underneath, intended for Redding. Coverage from behind by Edwards, who knocked it away, and a 4th down coming up.
Yeah, it was just good defense. Frisco's come out. They continue to run that zone 1 with a free over top, and it was just a good play there.
So it looks like the Pirates will try a field goal. Ball's at the 15-yard line. And they'll spot this one back at the 9. Wooten's the holder. And here is Josh Gable's first field goal attempt this season. Snaps down, kick on the way. Line drive is sailing wide to the left, no good. And Frisco will take over. They lead it by a score of 7-0. And TJ Edwards is the quarterback. Edwards from his own end zone. Steps up, now wants to run up to the 10-yard line and goes out of bounds where he's touched. Gain of 5 for the quarterback.
Yeah, it was just good coverage. Had nobody there and just tuck it and ran.
Edwards has Darius James up front with Tristan Tuhima and J.R. Hensley. That's your offensive front for the Frisco Fighters. Germanic Smith, Gonzalez, and Munson are your receivers. And that ball is rejected. Toby Johnson put the mitts up and knocked it down.
You know, Massachusetts is really tough to throw the screen game against. Last year, a lot of their picks were on deflected passes just like that. Defensive linemen do a great job getting their hands up, and they're tough to run screens against.
You see Billy back there with a chart in his hand. You mentioned he's come in and knocked out the Pirates in their home opener the last 2 times with 2 different teams. So 3rd and call it 4 coming up here. Edwards underneath, that ball's incomplete. Chucky Williams on the coverage on Mark Munson. And the ball goes in the stands, incomplete.
And that was just a great break. I believe that was Wooten. Made a great play there.
It was Wooten, I think, stand corrected. So now, on 4th and 4, it looks like Frisco Fighters going to go for the first down. Gonzalez goes to the far side. Smith wide to the right as well. Munson's lined up on the near side, and who wants a timeout? The Pirates. Back here at Phoenix Field, 4th and 4 for the Fighters. And Edwards is scrambling, wants to run forward, gets by 1 tackler, but going to be stopped short of the first down. Vantrell McMillan was the man there to make the hit and knock him down.
And that is a big early stop here. I mean, here midway through the first quarter, give Massachusetts, give them a little life here. They're in pretty good field position.
Deshaun Downey made a hit as well, and Hughes helped finish him off.
It looked like they were trying to do a double move up top there to Smith, and the DB did a good job of jamming him into the wall, and the quarterback had to tuck and run.
So it turns into a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line for the Pirates. Great opportunity with 5:46 on the clock here in the first quarter, down by 7. Looking Zyko's way, and that ball is tipped by J.D. Griggs, and it's incomplete. Well, the Pirates fans have seen that for 3 years.
Yeah, he's once again, he's as good as there is as far as getting his hands up. As soon as he realized he can't get pressure on that quarterback, he's putting his hands up.
And J.D. Griggs, all 6'5" of them, knocking it down. So the Pirates looking at a 2nd down and 10 at the 13-yard line. Carter, the lone setback. He'll take the handoff, run straight forward, got down to, call it the 11 before he's finally brought down. Charles Williams, first team All-League performer from a year ago, was in on the stop.
Yeah, I think Frisco's going to be tough to run against. I thought this would be a slugfest coming into it, and I think both defenses are pretty stout, and Frisco's showing that early here.
So 3rd down and 7 coming up. The football resting just shy of the 10-yard line. Owens, who does not have a catch tonight, lines up along the near wall with T.O. Redding, and now both go in motion to the left. And Benefield under duress, throws, and what a catch! Right near the 5-yard line. Thomas Owens.
I believe we got offensive pass interference there. I think Owens gave a little push off on his break, and the official caught it.
And Jeff Knight is our referee tonight.
Offense number 81. 10-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
PI on Owens after the catch. Well, that'll negate the highlight of the night so far. And nice little elbow by Edwards to kind of usher him into the boards as well. So now it'll be 3rd down and 17 as the football goes back to the 21-yard line. 4:10 on the clock, and it's moving. 7-0 Frisco. Pirates looking at a 3rd and 17 after they were close to the 10-yard line. Benefield under duress, has to get rid of it, and he'll just throw it away. Incomplete. Zachovia Henderson was all over him, and he had nothing to do but to unload it.
You know, Henderson is a player to watch here. He comes out of Northern Arizona last year, an outstanding rookie year with them. I believe he was on the all-rookie team. It was a great free agent pickup, and I mean, he's going to be a handful there at the nose guard position.
Well, so far the Fighters have had the upper hand, and the Pirates going to attempt their 2nd field goal. It's spotted at the 21-yard line. Well, that's where the line of scrimmage is. They'll place it down, call it the 23. Gable missed his first. Here's his kick. This one's on the way, and this one is good. So the Pirates on the board for the first time tonight. 3:10 to play here in our opening quarter. The Frisco Fighters have a 7-3 lead over the Massachusetts Pirates. So the Pirates are set to kick it off after a 36-yard field goal by Josh Gable. Equiviante Gonzalez is the returner. It's going to bounce, and Gonzalez will have to retreat about 4 yards deep in the end zone, and he breaks one tackle and comes all the way out to about the 10-yard line. So Equiviante Gonzalez doing what he does best, turned a return into almost 14 yards.
And that's the advantage of that squib kick, is you have no idea what direction that ball is going to bounce, and you know, they did a good job of containing him once he got it.
Another look here as Gonzalez split the coverage. Only a hit from behind saved a long return by Gonzalez. It'll be 1st and 10. They're going to spot it at the 9-yard line. .247 on the clock moving. Pirates trailing 7-3. Frisco with TJ Edwards. Hands off to Munson, who was in motion, and he has dropped for about a yard gain as Nashon Hughes at the University of Texas comes up and makes a hit.
You know, a lot of times coaches will just run that, keep that defensive end honest, and I think you need to do it periodically to keep them home, and sometimes you pop it.
A gain of 1. Second down coming up. Munson comes wide to the near side. Harlan Miller lines up on him. Little screen pass complete to Smith, who takes a big hit after he crossed the 10 up to about the 13-yard line. So gain of a couple yards for Jermaine Smith.
And Smith is a new talent to our league. He's a rookie out of the University of Iowa, and you know, and talking with Coach Billy Back, I know he's pretty high on him as far as a new talent. He's one of 6 rookies on this Frisco team.
So after the catch, 3rd down and 5 at the 14-yard line. Edwards clutches and going down. First sack of the night, Deshaun Downey, who had 4 sacks last year, gets one here. Downey, 6'4", 225, played his collegiate ball at UMass. Well, Edwards didn't find a man he wanted, and Downey made him pay.
You know, that's a first All-IFL lineman he beat him pretty easily there.
So 4th down coming up. It'll be 4th and 13 with the football back at the 6-yard line. And it is Ricky Aguayo on for a field goal. Spotted about 2 yards deep. There's a flag.
Illegal substitution, 9 players on offense. Half distance, still 4th down.
Well, this league can only play with 8.
And it's 8. It's 8 versus 8. They tried to get away with 9, and the Whitehead did a good job of catching it.
4th and 16.
They still have 9 out there.
They do.
See if he catches
Is
it again.
Is that a rule change?
I don't know.
Didn't you clue me in on field goal? You have 9?
I think they're really trying to test our Whitehead here.
So we'll have a timeout taken by the Frisco Fighters and Billy Back. Placement down, kick on the way, and this one's going to sail into the stands,
out of bounds. That's about as good as you can ask. I mean, that's out at the 5-yard line. That's about all you can do there.
Field goal, no good by Aguayo, but it turns into a 1st and 10 for the Pirates. Well, we can tell you that the next home game for the Pirates is going to be Sunday, April the 3rd, when they take on the Quad City Steamwheelers at 1 p.m. It's also College Day, and college kids are going to like this, $5 beer day if they're 21 or over. Get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com or at the DCU Center box office. 1st and 10 Pirates at the 10-yard line. Just 27 seconds to play here in our opening quarter. Alejandro Benefiel sends Owens in motion. looking his way. He is throwing deep, and there's contact, and there's the flag. T.O. Redding was tripped up on the play, and it's going to be a first down for Massachusetts.
You know, if there's ever a time for a good flag, that was it. He was beat, and he saved a touchdown. It's only going to cost him 15 yards in the process.
Pass interference, defense number 8, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
So Edwards, the guilty party, turns into a 1st and 10 for the Pirates. And you're right, Todd. That would have been a touchdown. 15 seconds left on the clock. Alejandro Benefield has his play. Football's at the 20-yard line of the Fighters as the Pirates trail on what could be the final play of the first quarter, 7-3. And that is the end of the quarter. So we played one here at Phoenix Field at the DCU Center, and the Frisco Fighters have a 7-0 lead over the Massachusetts Pirates tonight.
Where you bank is a big decision. You want it to feel right. That's why Cornerstone Bank offers unlimited ATM surcharge rebates through our Right Checking program. Now you can make every ATM your ATM, anywhere in the U.S. You'll also enjoy other exclusive benefits like competitive rates and generous rewards. So if paying for what's yours is starting to feel wrong, it's time to choose right. Cornerstone Bank, built on trust.
Looking for financial advice and personalized service regardless of wealth? Then open an online account today at berkshirebank.com. Our simple opening process takes just a few minutes. Once complete, you can sign up to all of our flexible banking tools from mobile banking, online banking, and our branchless My Banker concierge banking service. Come see what it means to bank with a socially responsible bank that doesn't base the quality of service on the size of your wallet. Get started today at berkshirebank.com.
Whether your team is your family, your business, or your employees, staying connected is crucial. You can depend on the Cross Insurance family.
Very good.
To provide the best insurance solutions for you. We've got your team protected. Visit crossagency.com today.
Pirates' only points coming on a 36-yard field goal by Josh Gable. See if the offense can crank it up here. The Frisco Fighters scoring on the second play of the game. Justin Rankin with an 8-yard run. So here's the second quarter. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Redding goes in motion to the far side. They're going to run Carter, and Carter crosses the 20 down to about the 17-yard line. Martez Carter last year played in 3 games and picked up 122 yards and a touchdown. So we'll see if they get Thomas Owens involved in the offense a little bit more. He was really only targeted once and had an offensive pass interference in the first quarter.
Yeah, I'd expect them to start feeding him. Pretty good dose.
Owens lines up in the slot. And a quick toss underneath, complete. And that is Isaac Zico who comes up with the catch.
Benefield's so good at that. I mean, he just steps back and hits that 4 or 5 yard out or hitch in that case. And yeah, I think he could take that all night if he's that patient.
So 3rd and 1 with the football at the 11, which is important because the Pirates can get a first down all the way at the 1.
Go! Hut!
And it'll be Benefield running straight forward, trying to power his way down to the 6, and he will get there. And it took a host of tacklers to bring him down. Chaz Wright trying to get people off his quarterback. Nice run by Benefield to set up the first down. Another look at it. took on 2 tacklers. Didn't go down very easily.
You know, he's not really known for his running, but he can tuck and run and be a problem.
So 1st and goal for the Pirates. Oh, no. It's not goal. It's 1st and goal. Don't trust the scoreboard.
No.
1st and goal at the 6. And the Pirates seem to be a little confused as Owens goes on one side. Now comes in motion to the near side. They're going to run. And
Willie Hibbler, he filled that gap pretty quick.
Not sure who is slow to get up. It's Carter on the carry, but was one of the players who was blocking downfield and got laid out pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's Chaz Wright. He got rolled up on is what happened.
Well, as they attend to the injured player, will step aside. Pirates are driving, trailing Frisco in the 2nd quarter by a score of 7-3. Welcome back to the DCU Center. And Todd, you're absolutely right. It was Chaz Wright who got rolled up on. So he goes to the bench. And I believe Bantrell McMillan has come on the offensive front. There's motion. No, I beg your pardon. That's Toby Johnson who came on to play in the offensive front. But we got motion against the Pirates.
Offense number 81, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
I believe it's Jemias Pittman. Those numbers are kind of tough to read up here, isn't it?
They are. Owens on the left. Redding on the right, and the snap rolls back to Benefield. He has to pick it up and just run forward as best he can.
Yeah, no chance there.
Going to be a loss of about 2. Snap just rolled right back to Benefield and picked up and ran for his life.
And that is a dumb foul on Hilton there. They had him 3rd down and extracurricular activity there, and he's going to get a hit with a personal foul or some type of unsportsmanlike. It's going to be automatic 1st down.
Defense number 7.
Wow.
Half distance to the goal, automatic 1st down.
So Cameron Hilton bails out the Pirates.
And so this is a new rule change we have, that he's getting hit with his first flag. His 2nd one, he will be removed from the field for the balance of the game.
After the play on sportsmanlike conduct, the Frisco head coach, half the distance to the goal, automatic 1st down. The head coach has lost sideline privileges for the remainder of the game.
So the Pirates, after the 2nd penalty, looking at a 1st and goal at the 3-yard line, and they fake to Carter. It's Benefield into the end zone for a touchdown.
We got a hold here. We got an extracurricular going on here. We got to get control.
Fights are breaking out in the end zone. I see 3 flags.
Yeah, let's just stay on the bench there, players.
Actually, there's 4 flags. Billy Back is back on the field, where he shouldn't be.
So it's going to start with a hold. This is not going to be a touchdown. We had a hold on, I couldn't tell if it was the center or the left tackle there, but then we had extracurricular in the end zone, which I'm guessing will be offsetting.
Holding, offense number 66, that's a 10-yard penalty. After the play, on sportsmanlike conduct, defense number 7, his 2nd of the game. On sportsmanlike conduct, offense number 81, his 1st of the game. Frisco number 7 is disqualified. It'll be 1st down after the 10-yard penalty.
Here we're in the 2nd quarter, 10:57 on the clock moving. Frisco with a 7-3 lead. Benefield has Owens in motion on the near side. He's looking his way. Underneath, intercepted. Cedric Poole picked him off, and Poole all the way up to the 10, 12, up to about the 14-yard line, and another flag comes out, and now another flag comes out. So flags all around.
Yeah, so first of all, Cedric Poole did a great job there in a cover 2, and he just dropped into his zone area, and great job of picking off. And then we had a late hit right in the middle of the field, and then the last flag that was another coaching a flag there on the on-field coach for going inside the numbers.
Hey, calm down. Hey, we know what type of game they trying to do that because they not as talented, bro. They not as talented, bro. We talked about it all week. We knew what type of game we was going to get. Don't be stupid. We can't afford to lose nobody else in this game, all right?
During the return, illegal block in the back, intercepting team number 95. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, the defensive coordinator, his first of the game. Both penalties will be enforced. 10 yards for the block in the back, half the distance for the unsportsmanlike conduct foul. The defensive coordinator has lost sideline privileges for the remainder of the game. First down, Frisco.
And a new quarterback in Blake Sims. Sims hands off, going nowhere on the run is Justin Rankin. Toby Johnson was in on the stop, along with Nashawn Hughes.
You know, I know Frisco is touting having a big coaching staff. I didn't realize they put such a large staff together for this circumstance, but what to say, they got to get control down there.
So after the run, it is second down and 10 at the 3-yard line, no gain. Sims, two-step drop from the end zone, fires, tipped, and intercepted! It's intercepted at midfield by the Pirates. And that is Arian Noxie Penton with his first pick of the year last season. He had 2 interceptions for touchdowns and 7 picks on the season.
Anytime you see 2 receivers in the same spot, somebody ran the wrong route. And looking down here, I believe it was Damian Ford. I'm guessing either ran too skinny of a post or wasn't supposed to have a post. But hey, great play on deflection. DBs work on that all day long. Deflection drill, and they did a great job there.
Benefield throws complete to the far wall, across the 20 to about the 18-yard line. T.O. Redding was in on the catch.
Now I'm guessing they're going to go, that's where Hilton was occupying. I'm guessing they will sit there and camp out going after that side of the field here for a while.
So with a gain there of 6, it'll be 2nd and 4, as they did spot it at the 18. Zico on the near wall. Redding on the far side. They go his way again. There's the catch. You called it, Todd, to the 15-yard line. And that'll be a first down.
That's good for a Pirate.
And that is Rodney Allen is who replaced Hilton. And Allen is a rookie out of Marshall University. And, you know, it'll take a little bit for him to catch on to the speed of the game. I think that's the biggest thing that you realize here as a rookie when you come in here. The game moves pretty quick in a very condensed area.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line. Pirates trying to put a drive together to take their first lead of the night. Frisco scored on the second play of the game, and they haven't trailed since. It is Carter who takes the handoff. Martez Carter, not much running room there. J.D. Griggs, one of the first to get him. Another look up front. Charles Williams helping out on the stop. Second down and 8, they call it, at the 12-yard line. 7:13 and the clock moving. Mark Stout sends him to play with Benefield. Stout taking over offensive coordinator duties this year for the Pirates. From the 12-yard line. Receivers on the left. Benefield looking down the middle. Incomplete. Thomas Owens, the intended receiver.
And that was Allen making a big play here. He got beat there, beat there first 2 plays and did a good job of coming back and breaking on that route.
Once again, Owens has been held off the board tonight.
I feel like Massachusetts has been on this side of the field about the entire quarter.
But they haven't been able to find the end zone.
No, they've not scored any points through it.
That's a credit to the Frisco defense. Owens with single coverage at the line. Two-step drop, and that ball's knocked down, incomplete. Charles Williams knocked it away.
Yeah, that was a good job getting your hands up. I mean, Joseph been doing a great job there in Williams. We haven't said his name much tonight, and Charles Williams, first-team All-IFL player, but that was good job there. Couldn't get pressure, just got his hands up and made a play.
Well, it looks like the Pirates will attempt their third field goal of the night. So far, Gable is 1 out of 2. He has hit a 36-yarder. This one's at the 20. So it would be a 28-yard attempt. Very makeable. Placement down, kick on the way, and it is blocked. And the ball is loose, picked up along the near wall by Edwards.
And that was Charles Williams. Just when we said we hadn't said his name much, there he was. I don't know how he got there. So, I mean, that was nobody.
Nobody picked him up?
No, I don't know what happened there.
So, first teamer showing why as he comes on and blocks it. Edwards returns it across midfield. Call it the 23-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 23 for Frisco as they have 5:01 to play in the half. First and 10 at the 23-yard line for the Fighters as they lead at 7-3. And Sims throws to Rankin, who makes a catch in the backfield. Now comes across the 20, up to the 18, and finally it is Wooten who makes the tackle. And a lot of pushing and shoving going on in the secondary, and
that was another dumb flag. You said Tamua did a great job of getting that DB down, but then you can't just lay on the guy. He intentionally laid on him, and that's you can't do that.
So the foul's away from the play.
Defense. After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense number 77, 15-yard penalty. The down counts, 2nd down.
2nd and 16, back at the 17. Sims steps up, sees the pocket breaking down, throws down the middle, complete across midfield to the 23, and that is Laquiviante Gonzalez who made the catch.
You know, it was a good job by Blake Sims. Did a good job of creating space, creating time, and Gonzalez hooked up right over the middle for a nice little 12-yard gain.
So the former Pirate makes the catch. Will turn into a 3rd and 9 at the 22. Nolt Chiropractic, Dr. Stephen J. Nolt, located 116 Belmont Street in Worcester, the sponsor of the Pirates. Here's a quick toss over the head of Gonzalez. Incomplete. Well, 3:24 and the clock moving, and now Frisco sees a 4th down coming up after the incomplete pass, looking for Gonzalez. What do you like on 4th and 9 at the 22, Todd?
Well, we're going to see how good the kicker is here, is what we're going to see.
All right.
He does not have the scoreboard in his line to knock this one down.
So it's from the 21-yard line, his own 21. The kick on the way, and this one will sail left, no good. So Guayo, no good. And we have 2 minutes and 42 seconds to play here in the first half, and the Frisco Fighters still clinging to that 7-3 lead over the Pirates. Carter, the lone setback, lining up on the goal line. Flag on the play before the throw, and let's just stop play right there.
Theo Redding was about 4 yards offside. Usually they'll give you a yard or two, but that was a little much.
Okay. So offside, half the distance, goes back to about the 2.5. Will be first and call it 12 from the 3. .241 on the clock, and the Pirates offense hasn't really shown up here in the first half. Phoenix Field in the DCU Center. So now Benefield has to operate about 3 yards deep. Zyko on the left, Owens underneath. Oh, Zyko has to catch. Breaks the tackle, goes all the way out to midfield before he's finally brought down. As Byron Edwards made the stop. Zico with a catch.
And I think we'll start seeing a big dose of Owens. Owens is too good a player to only get 1 or 2 looks. I think we'll start seeing him a little more.
Central Pizza, 222 Chandler Street in Worcester. Wings and more. Central Pizza in Worcester. Getting close to halftime. Here is a throw. That's got to be interference, and it is.
It was a double move, and that was Allen who got caught there. I mean, when you're beat, push him into the wall. That's what he did.
So pass interference.
Pass interference.
Sets up a 15-yard penalty, first down.
15-yard penalty. Correction, half distance to the goal. Correction, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Okay, it is a 15-yard penalty. Carter takes the handoff, stood up and going down. Hello, Mr. Charles Williams.
Outstanding play there by Williams. Did a good job of fighting off Joseph, and that was a first-team All-IFL play right there.
Yeah, Williams just beat his man, stood him up. Got to tell you, when the Pirates are on the road, stop by Funky Murphy's, 305 Shrewsbury Street in Worcester. Join a Pirates watch party. Discounts on food, beverages. You'll see the Pirates cheerleaders. Watch parties at Funky Murphy's when the Pirates are on the road, but they won't be on the road for a while. Couple off, a week off, a bye week, and a home game. 2nd and 11, football at the 12-yard line. Benefield underneath. Is that a catch? I think it is. Redding.
That's a great catch.
Theo Redding coming up with a diving catch along the wall. I think we're going to have a timeout.
We get the 60-second warning here.
Theo Redding with a nice diving catch. We have the 1-minute timeout here with a minute remaining in the first half. 3rd and 5 at the 6-yard line for the Pirates as they're trying to score here before the half. There's a pass to Owens to the goal line. He broke the plane. Thomas Owens into the end zone for the touchdown.
He just lined up the slot, ran a 5-yard out. It was a pretty pitching catch between these two.
So Benefield with his first passing touchdown, and Owens with his first touchdown reception of the season. It took a little while, but the Pirates finally get on the scoreboard with a touchdown and have a 9-7 advantage with 54 seconds to play here in the first half. Gable on for an extra point. Wooten's the holder. Harlan Miller, the long snapper. Placement down. A little better blocking this time as the extra point is up and good. So with 54 seconds to play, the Pirates get their first lead of the night, 10-7, over the Frisco Fighters. Gable has it teed up. He's set to kick it away. Equiviante Gonzalez is deep, always a threat. Pirates fans know that. He took 3 back to the house last year as a kick returner here in Massachusetts. And there is a kick that will go over the end line and out of play, no return.
You know, and I can't tell if he was trying for the deuce. We've got a rule that inside 60 seconds that if you put it through the uprights, it's 2 points. But this one's going to come out to the 20.
Yep, they'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Frisco with 54 seconds to play. Now, as the commissioner, I know that you talk about pace of play and you want the games to be clean, lack of a better word. But do you expect a lot of penalties early?
Sure you do. I mean, you've got a lot of new players out here who have never played the game. As I say, when you have the speed going the way that it's going, a lot of times it results in penalties. What's uncalled for is when the whistle's dead and then there's still extracurricular activities. That's controllable.
Sims underneath. Germanic Smith makes the catch just across midfield. That's good enough. to bring up a 2nd and 3. They'll spot the football at the 20-yard line, and here is Justin Rankin. No gain. Chucky Williams comes up, makes the hit. Timeout called.
Second shot, timeout, Frisco.
To the Frisco Fighters, so we'll stay right here. 3rd and 2 at the 22. Underneath, Rankin, catch, 15, 10, 5, makes a cut, touchdown. 2nd touchdown of the night for Justin Rankin. And with 14 seconds to go in a half, the Frisco Fighters go back on top.
You know, that's the exact same play they just ran about 2-3 plays ago. They had that back wide open on the backside of the wall. They ran the same thing coming this way, and well-designed play. And that's an adjustment Massachusetts will have to make.
So with 14 seconds to go in a half, the Fighters now lead it 13-10 with a point pending. Ricky Aguayo made his first extra point tonight. He has one more attempt here. Blake Sims is the holder. High snap, good placement, kick, no good. Extra point, no good. And the score remains 13-10. Frisco with 14 seconds to play here in our first half. Owens is stationed at the 15-yard line. High kick will come down in the end zone. Zico brings it out about 3 yards deep. Nice holes at a 15, hurdles 1, still going. Tries to cut back, makes a spin move and gets to the 25, still going. All the way across midfield to the 22-yard line. Nice return for Isaac Zico. It's about a 30-yard return.
You know, and he had some great blocking there. He had some great early blocks that helped create a hole, and that was an exciting run.
It was. Now with 4 seconds left, the Pirates have it about 23 yards away from the end zone. And they'll try a field goal. They're going to spot it at the 22, and it goes back to the Frisco 22. About a 36-yard attempt, low line drive will go into the stands, no good. So the first half ends with the Frisco Fighters leading the Massachusetts Pirates by a score of 13-10. Let's send it down to Leverett Ball.
Thanks, Mick. I'm joined now by Pirates wide receiver Thomas Owens. First off, Tio, you made a big play towards the end of the second quarter with that touchdown reception. What happened there, and how were you able to make that play?
Coach Stout called a great call. Me and Joe been going over that throwing route all day. All practice doing this last week, and we just completed it.
All right, well, Tio, good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Massachusetts Pirates football is brought to you by these fine sponsors.
The Bud Light logo makes people think our seltzer is a beer, so we recruited retired NFL player Nick Mangold to block it out.
Twice this year?
My mom's
so jealous. Oh, it's a hard seltzer.
Just here to do my job. And he said, I think Melanie is the one.
Oh, going in. Why are you here?
Great speech.
Bud Light Seltzer. No beer, just great taste.
It's hard to imagine all the information that's flying around the world today. YouTube, Zoom videos, photographs, data, that all transmits over fiber optic cable. Over the last 20 years, Phoenix has installed thousands of miles of fiber optic cable just in the New England region alone. It goes under the oceans, on the poles, in your buildings, under the streets you drive on. That means that fiber optic cable will most likely be coming to your home in the future, and Phoenix will probably install it.
Boston Sports Performance Center brings world-class sports medicine, sports physical therapy, and sports performance services to help all athletes and patients recover faster with a level of success that they may not have imagined possible. The center's team of orthopedic surgeons and sports medicine physicians from St. Elizabeth's Medical Center work alongside licensed sports physical therapists and experienced performance coaches to provide minimally invasive medical treatments, advanced rehabilitation, sports performance training, as well as a comprehensive concussion management program.
Welcome back to Phoenix Field at the DCU Center. We're at halftime with the Massachusetts Pirates trailing the Frisco Fighters by a score of 13-10. Mick Monninghoff and Todd Tryon with you tonight. And Todd, a chance now to take a look at our Phoenix Communication halftime highlights. Not a lot of them, but it was the Frisco Fighters who jumped on the board first. Justin Rankin scoring on a very short touchdown run from about 8 yards out to get things started.
There was, yeah, and I think a lot of missed opportunities there in that first half. Anytime you get a score of 13-10, usually there's a lot of turnovers, a lot of missed opportunities. In the case here, we had a lot of first half penalties.
Justin Rankin with the touchdown there. The Pirates did get on the board in the first quarter as they got a 36-yard field goal from Josh Gable. So that's where the Pirates kind of made our mark in the first quarter.
Yeah, I believe that was our one made field goal of the half. And, you know, Josh, outstanding kicker, former All-IFL kicker, did a great job there.
Now, the Pirates defense kept this game close. They've been able to keep the Pirates in it. Arian Maxey Penton coming up on a deflection, comes up with his first interception of the season.
And that was traditional tip drill right there. The DBs work on that all day long.
Then Thomas Owens from Benefield, 6 yards out, and the Pirates had their first lead of the night. It was late in the first half.
Yeah, that route was made popular by Wes Welker. Just ran a 5-yard Welker route, and they could get that all day long.
But still, the Pirates really not able to mount the offense that they wanted, and it gave the Frisco Fighters a lot of room. And down the stretch, their last drive, about a 45-yard drive, it was Rankin again, this time on a 22-yard touchdown pass from Sims to give Frisco its halftime advantage.
It was as a wide open play. They flowed everything to the left and just leaked him out the right, and he had that the wall wide open.
So once again, we are at halftime with the Frisco Fighters leading the Massachusetts Pirates by a score of 13-10. Second half coming up just momentarily, so don't go away. Hope you're enjoying the Pirates coverage tonight from Phoenix Field and the DCU Center.
Where you bank is a big decision. You want it to feel right. That's why Cornerstone Bank offers unlimited ATM surcharge rebates through our Right Checking program. Now you can make every ATM your ATM, anywhere in the U.S. You'll also enjoy other exclusive benefits like competitive rates and generous rewards. So if paying for what's yours is starting to feel wrong, it's time to choose right. Cornerstone Bank, built on trust.
It's hard to imagine all the information that's flying around the world today. YouTube, Zoom videos, photograph, data, that all transmits over fiber optic cable. Over the last 20 years, Phoenix has installed thousands of miles of fiber optic cable just in the New England region alone. It goes under the oceans, on the poles, in your buildings, under the streets you drive on. That means that fiber optic cable will most likely be coming to your home in the future, and Phoenix will probably install it.
Whether your team is your family, your business, or your employees, staying connected is crucial. You can depend on the Cross Insurance family.
Very good.
To provide the best insurance solutions for you. We've got your team protected. Visit crossagency.com today.
So welcome back to Phoenix Field in the DCU Center as we are ready for the start of the second half. The Pirates get the football after the kick. It goes out of bounds at the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 25 as the Pirates trail by a score of 13-10. And a pleasure to be joined by Steve Burton from WBZ here in Boston.
I appreciate you having me.
I asked you some questions about arena football or indoor football in just a second. Here is a pass intended for Zico, incomplete. So a chance to take in your first Massachusetts Pirates game?
It is, and you know what? I'm blown away by this. There's a lot of talent out here and a lot of speed. I was not expecting these guys to be this good, and these guys can play, and they're hungry.
Oh, yeah.
And they want it. So I want to throw a shout out to all the players out here on this field, and the fans need to come down here and see this, how this is played. I mean, these guys aren't playing around. This is business.
2nd and 10, 25-yard line. Benefield wants to throw and has his man complete at about the 12. And Thomas Owens comes down with the football.
Steve, one thing you'll see if you comb through the rosters, I mean, we've evolved in a legit D1 league, and a lot of these players have had a taste of the NFL, CFL, and they're just, they look at us as a platform of opportunity, and for a lot of guys, the opportunity is to get to that CFL, NFL at this point.
Great point, and I love it. I watch some of these guys out here, and they just bring it, and they hit like no tomorrow.
Benefield going to keep this one and run straight forward, crosses the 10 down to the 9-yard line, so the Pirates are driving on their first possession here in the third quarter. I said Owens on the last sketch. That was Isaac Zico, so I'll correct myself. But running over Williams, who's a all-NAL defender, Benefield gets the ball to the 9-yard line. 2nd and 8 coming up from the 9.
It's IFL, Mick, IFL.
What'd I say? Sorry.
You're good. You're good.
So this is game 1, correct?
It is. This is game 1 of our season.
So it's game 1 for everybody. There you go.
Yep.
Thank you, Steve.
I got your back,
that.
man.
Yes, okay. 1-step drop. Benefield runs forward and maybe picked up a yard.
There you got Henderson again. Henderson, as I say, he's a free agent signing out of northern Arizona. I mean, he is a handful there up the middle, and he continues to show it.
So 3rd down, and they're going to call it 8. And put it back at the 9-yard line. I thought he made the 8.
I was really impressed by the banner that was dropped here tonight, the championship banner.
It was. It's a special moment anytime a team can drop a banner, and the teams here, they do they do a great job of putting on a professional product.
Redding comes in motion, play action fake, and throwing away is Benefield as he was under siege right away. Willie Hibbler was all over him, played in Spokane last year. So 4th down coming up. 4th and 8 at the 9-yard line, and Pirates are going to send out Josh Gable for another field goal attempt. He did have a 36-yarder that was good in the first half. So this one at the 16. A 26-yard attempt. A 24-yard attempt, I beg your pardon. Here's his kick on the way, and this one is good. 24 yards for Gable, and the Pirates tie up the game at 13 all with 10 minutes and 58 seconds to play here in our third quarter tonight. Here is Gable's kick after the Pirates tie it up at 13. Laquiviante Gonzalez, 2 yards deep, picks it up on the bounce, gets to the 5, puts on a move, gets to the 10, and he's finally brought down there. As that's where Frisco will put it in play 1st and 10. Corian Ballard was in on the stop.
Well, Mick, I was going to say we almost made a 5 minutes without a flag, but we have one here.
Ooh.
I believe we got a hold on the kicking team, so I was going to back Frisco up a little bit. Steve, as you came in and said that, you're impressed, obviously, with the size and the speed. And, it's almost something that you have to be here in person to experience that. Just sitting here watching on our YouTube feed, on our, our live streaming platform, it does not do it justice as far as the speed, the size, the skill, the athleticism of these players.
Todd, you make an excellent point, because when I heard about this, and when I walked in, I saw the size, and as I'm watching the game unfold, I'm like, okay. And when I have to cover the Patriots, I see the players walk by me, and, those guys walk by. They're pretty big. These guys walk by as big as well, and it's amazing.
Edwards on the carry, so he gets the start at quarterback here in the third quarter.
How well these guys can play. I love it.
Yeah, they pass the eye test, don't they?
Absolutely pass the eye test. I'm still looking.
So Edwards eludes the oncoming rush. Used his scrambling ability to get up to the 15-yard line for a 1st down.
It's nice to have another championship banner in New England.
There it is.
Just what you guys needed, isn't it?
There's a couple flags here. It is Rankin on the handoff all the way to the 20, still going, pushed out of bounds across the 20 at about the 17. Well, this flag was dropped back at the line of scrimmage, so let's just hold on. Indication of maybe against Massachusetts.
Illegal defense. Number 91 was not in the stance at the snap. The penalty is declined. The play results in a 1st down.
Two receivers in motion on the left. They go underneath. Pass is caught by Munson. And Mark Munson across the 15 down to the 13-yard line.
I love leagues like this. I love a league like this, I should say, because it keeps guys' dreams alive, right? They want to try and get to here or try and get to the next level, and you guys provide them an ability to keep their dream alive and keep playing.
You know, Steve, it's not just for the players. It's for the coaches. It's for the cheerleaders. You know,
Great
we
point.
had that halftime entertainment. You know,
Yes.
without a product like this, they don't get that experience. And so these officials, and a lot of people don't know that.
Edwards.
A lot of people don't know that you know, these officials they work legit big D1 games. I mean, we had a couple, not necessarily these guys, but our officials were working the BCS championship game here.
Wow.
And so it's a platform for, you know, a lot of people to advance their careers.
So Edwards runs all the way to the 10. It'll set up a 3rd and 2 at the 10-yard line. He was upended over the boards. It's another thing. Players got to be wary of that wall. Steve.
Oh, yeah. I can
Fake
see
to
that.
Rankin. Stiff arm and back to the 10-yard line. Really no gain for Edwards. It's Deshaun Downey who comes up and makes the hit. You know, the saying always goes, and Todd will echo this, the wall's undefeated.
The wall is undefeated.
So now we're looking at a 4th and 1 for the Frisco Fighters with the ball at the 9-yard line. TJ Edwards has run the last 2. Will he keep it here? We are tied at 13 with 7:44 to play in the 3rd quarter. And a whistle here. I think we're going to get a timeout, Massachusetts, and we'll take one as well quickly. With 7:38, the game is tied at 13 between Frisco and the Massachusetts Pirates tonight. Edwards sends his 2 in motion on the far side. Pirates are off, and I think they're going to get the first down via penalty.
Easiest first down you're going to see, Steve.
Sure is. Changes the snap count.
No matter what league
and
you're
they jump.
playing in.
First down without even running a play.
That's right. So they're sorted out. Jeff Knight will have the call, and here it is.
Offside, defense number 5. Half the distance to the goal results in a first down.
So 1st and goal. And this football is going to be spotted just across the 5. I'm going to call it the 4-yard line. So we do it all over again for the Pirates. 1st and goal at the 4 for the Frisco Fighters. Fake handoff. Edwards dropped. Back at the 6.
It's a good tackle right there.
Yeah,
That's
Chucky Williams coming on, making a play. That was a big play.
And you talk about the talent. A couple years back when the Rams went to the Super Bowl, Williams was the last cut in their training camp.
Is that right?
Yeah. He was that close. 2nd and goal coming up. Back at the 5-yard line now. Edwards has his play. Smith will line up on the near side. Munson's not sure. Neither is the quarterback, and we have a timeout. 2nd and goal at the 5. Edwards hands off to Smith. He gets to the 5, to the 4, and 3 players bring him down. And the first really to get him was Nashawn Hughes from the linebacker spot. So a little jet sweep, maybe a yard. So now we got 3rd and goal. Ball at the 4-yard line after the gain of 1 by Smith. Be big if the Pirates can hold them to a field goal. 6:14 on the clock, moving here in the 3rd. We're still tied at 13. Now Munson's a sure-handed receiver. He lines up in the slot on the right. 2 wides will be in motion to the right. And now empty backfield set. The quarterback takes the handoff, takes the snap, and runs to the 3 and did not get in. So Edwards.
It's a good defensive stand.
Short of the goal line on a 4th down coming up.
You know, Harlan Miller did an outstanding job blowing that play up. Receiver came out, tried to block him, and he ran right through him. And he's the one that prevented that play from happening.
So they have a decision they have to make, right?
Well, looks like Aguayo's going to try a field goal. Place one down at the.
He is not.
No, he's
like
not.
That's what I'm saying. I thought they were going for it.
I'm
Thought
guessing
they were going to kick.
Got a quarterback draw of some sort written all over it.
3 on the right. Edwards taking his time. Here comes the rush. He is tripped and he didn't get in. Edwards does not get in. He is brought down by Harlan Miller at the 2-yard line, and the defense holds.
We've got a penalty here, guys. Hold. I'm
right.
guessing this is a defensive hold. Anytime you got that much time, that defense to hold on a little bit, sometimes those defensive backs will hold.
Well, there's the look from the Michelob Ultra Skycam, but holding.
Defense number
That's
11.
a killer.
It is.
That's an absolute
To
killer.
the goal, replay, 4th down.
So half the distance, holding, and they replay the down. So 4th and goal at the 2. And it is Sims, who's under siege and going down back to the 11-yard line. And the Pirates hold 2 in a row. And this time, no flags. So nothing like a sack to ruin a drive.
I'm impressed with the Pirates defense right there.
They're one of the tops, or they were tops in our league last year. They got a sound defense, and to hold them that many times there when it's for 1st and goal, I mean, that was an outstanding defensive stop.
Well, Steve Burton, I hope you enjoyed your time here in Worcester tonight.
Guys, I loved it. And thank you so much for having me. And Lord be willing, I'll be back.
All right, Steve Burton from WBZ TV here in Boston. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. And nice to meet the commissioner.
You bet. You too. A pleasure.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. So the Pirates will take over 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line. Oh, what a defensive stand there.
It was. That was a big play. I think that was Harlan Miller. Sorry if I got that wrong, but I think he's the one who came in and blew that one up once again.
And I think Williams helped finish him off. So Benefield now, rejuvenated, throws complete. Dantes Bird makes the catch up to about the 12-yard line. So the Pirates now looking at a 2nd down and 6. Football up to the 14. Still tied at 13 after a big defensive stand by the Pirates. Here is Bird on what is more or less a jet sweep, but it's going nowhere. Blown up by the Frisco defense. J.D. Griggs was all over it. So Griggs takes care of that play.
And I got clarification on that holding. When it's a run play and it's a holding in the end zone, it's not automatic 1st down. But if it would have been a pass play, it would have been an automatic 1st down. So Tom Falcinelli, our head of officials, sent me a text educate me real quick because I was confused myself.
And me too. I'm thinking defensive holding's got to be, but not on a run play. Well, you learn something new every day. Here is a quick ball, tipped and incomplete. Bird was the intended receiver on 3rd down.
Allen has settled in over there. I mean, he got beat a couple times early, and he settled in and made a few plays. And the rookie's doing a real good job getting his feet wet here.
Well, now it's 4th down for the Pirates. 4th and 6. Football at the 13-yard line. Gable's coming on for what would be a field goal. I'll place this one down at the 7-yard line. Gable does have 1 field goal tonight. Here's his kick. This is on the way. This is going to be to the corner. It's in play. And Gonzalez, from about 2 yards deep, brings it all the way out to the 20. And that's where he's hit.
Toby Johnson with a form tackle there.
Not
too often he gets a chance at a kick return or a punt return or coverage, but he's an athlete. That's a big boy out there that can move around. That's a good-looking athlete.
Well, I said, I'm going to game 1 here. Gable has 2 field goals, and I want to shortchange him. But you're right. Toby Johnson with a nice hit. Boom. Frisco has the football with 1:33 to play in the third quarter. Hungry? Check out Boulevard Diner on Shrewsbury Street. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. They're open 24 hours. I'd have to check that out. 1:21 on the clock moves. Sims wants to throw down the middle. Complete. Munson wide open at the 15 to the 10. Breaks a tackle to the 5, down to the 3. Mark Munson.
You know, that's just a great job by his offensive line, giving him time to just sit back and wait for that play to develop, and that middle opened up.
So it's going to be 1st and goal coming up on the 3-yard line. Here's a toss to Rankin, strung out at the 5, and that's going to be all. So a loss of about 2 on the play for Rankin. Rankin has 2 scores tonight, a reception for a touchdown from 22 yards and about an 8-yard run. Here he is stopped. Sets up 2nd and goal. A call at the 4. Pirates defense kept them out of the end zone the last time they were this close. We'll see if they can do it again. 16 seconds to play in the third quarter. Fake toss. Sims to the goal line. Touchdown. Flag
tackle,
on the play. So let's hold on.
Holding. Offense number 77.
That's Tuhima. He absolutely
replays 2nd down.
wrangled him down.
He did. Tuhima holding. Nullifies the touchdown. With 10 seconds to go, football's going back to the 14-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal at the 14. And time is going to run out here in the third quarter. We have played 3 here at Phoenix Field at the DCU Center tonight. And the Frisco Fighters and Massachusetts Pirates are tied at 13. Fourth quarter's coming up, so stay with us.
Boston Sports Performance Center brings world-class sports medicine, sports physical therapy, and sports performance services to help all athletes and patients recover faster with a level of success that they may not have imagined possible. The center's team of orthopedic surgeons and sports medicine physicians from St. Elizabeth's Medical Center work alongside licensed sports physical therapists and experienced performance coaches to provide minimally invasive medical treatments, advanced rehabilitation, sports performance training, as well as a comprehensive concussion management program.
It's hard to imagine all the information that's flying around the world today. YouTube, Zoom videos, photograph, data, that all transmits over fiber optic cable. Over the last 20 years, Phoenix has installed thousands of miles of fiber optic cable just in the New England region alone. It goes under the oceans, on the poles, in your buildings, under the streets you drive on. That means that fiber optic cable will most likely be coming to your home in the future, and Phoenix will probably install it.
Welcome back to Phoenix Field in the DCU Center as we have fourth quarter action coming up. We are tied at 13. The Frisco Fighters have the football. 2nd and goal at the 14-yard line, and a pass to the 5, and nice catch by Gonzalez, who holds on. Arian Maxey Penton in coverage, but it's going to be a first down, I believe, here for the Frisco Fighters.
Yeah, that was a great ball by Blake Sims there. I mean, he threw it right on his break and put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, it's going to be short of the first down. So it's 3rd and goal at the 4-yard line. Sims wants to throw. Touchdown! Right down the middle, and Gonzalez has it for 6. Equiviante Gonzalez goes over and tells the Pirates, I'm still here, but I'm playing for Frisco, and we have the lead.
Yeah, they ran a zone defense there, and it just vacated the middle. It was wide open. Usually you don't see a defense run zone down there, but it looked like they did, or there was a defensive breakdown, but it looked like Zone defense was called.
13:58 on the clock. It's now 19-13. On the touchdown by Gonzalez from 4 yards out. Aguayo going to attempt a field goal. Or an extra point, I beg your pardon. Here's his kick, and this one is good. The scoreboard reads 20-13 Frisco Fighters with 13:37 on the clock. We'll step aside as the Pirates will get the football back here in the fourth quarter when we come back. Welcome back to Phoenix Field in the DCU Center as we have 13:37 on the clock, and after the extra point and the touchdown by Gonzalez, Frisco with a 20-13 lead over the Pirates. Here's Aguayo's kick. The squibber will roll all the way to the 5-yard line. And Zico gets maybe a yard or two. See where they put it. It's about the 7-yard line, but I thought Owens was going to try to pick it up, and he decided to let it go.
Yeah, that's one of those weird ones. That, I mean, it was rolling almost too straight. You got no idea when it's going to, go left or right on you. But that's why you squib them. Some people don't like to watch the squib game when it comes to kickoff because it takes away from the excitement of the return.
Right.
But that's why they do it.
So it's the 9-yard line where they finally spot him down. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 9. Pirates have the ball. With 13 minutes to play in this ball game. Only down by 7. Benefield sends Redding in motion. Wants to throw. He has Zico complete at the 21-yard line. Oh, it's Owens, I beg your pardon. Owens makes the catch.
You give Benefield time, and he's going to hurt you. It's a good ball.
So Owens gets involved on the first play. 1st and 10, they'll spot it at the 20-yard line. Zico to the near wall. Owens in the slot. And there's a flag on the play as the handoff goes to Martez Carter, who crosses the 20, but let's just hold on.
Yeah, that is going to be illegal defense. Or offsides.
Offside. Defense number 3, 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Go! Hut!
Owens on the right as well. Benefield sees a hole and takes off. He's at the 5-3 touchdown. Alejandro Benefield.
Outstanding run there. Boy, he made a nice move there. He can run it when he wants to.
So Benefield takes off and scores the touchdown. The Pirates are a point away from tying up the ball game with 11:18 to play. Wooten's the holder for Josh Gable. And here we go. Gable's kick is good. So the scoreboard reads 20-all. Pirates and Frisco with 11:01 to play in the fourth quarter. Here is Gable's kick. It's going to roll. Gonzalez picks it up on one knee near about 3-yard line. He comes out to the 20, up to the 22, and the whistle finally blows. They're going to mark him at about the 22-yard line.
Well, I feel like both teams are kind of finally started to settle in here. We're starting to see some good drives. The penalties have subsided. It's taken a minute here. And so, we got a couple games tomorrow, big games tomorrow, and I know those teams are watching in Green Bay and Quad Cities and Bismarck and Green Bay. Take a lesson from this game. I mean, talk to your players. Let's clean up after the whistle. And once you settle in, we got some pretty good football.
But it's taken us a little while to get there.
It has. It has.
10:33 and the clock moving. 1st and 10 at the 22. Blake Sims down the middle and almost picked off by Khalid Wooten. Incomplete.
And once again, you had 2 receivers in the same spot. So somebody did not run the right route there. But it looks like both O-lines are settling in, given the quarterback's times to throw.
Well, so far, the Pirates defense still only giving up 20 points tonight, but then so is the Fighters, so it's been a struggle. Here is Munson, more of a screen pass, and crosses the 25 to the 24-yard line. Munson may have been the most experienced receiver breaking camp for the Frisco Fighters, as he had 10 touchdowns last year on 31 receptions.
He is one of 6 returners from last year's team.
3rd and 5 at the 23. Sims drops back, has to take off, flags on the play. He runs to the 20.
We got a hold there, Darius James, and tell you what, Darius James done an outstanding job. You have not heard Toby Johnson's name much tonight.
True.
It's because of Darius James, but he got a hold here.
Holding, offense number 55, 10-yard penalty, replay, third down.
James is called for the hold. Sims with time, shovel pass, incomplete. Trying to just find Rankin. Good idea, but goes for naught. A 4th down coming up.
You know, it looked like he just got happy feet there. It looked like he had some time. He'd have just hung in there. But I get it. They're coming at you hard, and they're coming at you fast, and you want to get rid of the ball. But I feel like he had a little more time.
Well, here's Aguayo coming on. I'll put this one down at the 10.
Well, he has hit the scoreboard twice.
This is a 48-yard attempt for Aguayo. Ricky Aguayo out of Florida State. Fans making noise. He's trying to break the 20 tie. Here's the kick. It's on the way. It's going to be short. And brought back across the 15 up to about the 18-yard line by Arian Maxey Penton. So the missed field goal gives the Pirates new life. Maxey Penton with a nice return. In total, about 20 yards. Bando Performance in Worcester and Woburn sponsors the Pirates, using the latest scientific research to push athletes to reach their full potential. And the Pirates also welcoming J&J Pizza Express, 3 Rice Square in Worcester. 1st and 10. From the 18-yard line. Benefield to the near wall, throw it away, incomplete. Zico, the intended receiver.
Good coverage. He just threw that one away. Good coverage.
Takes an experienced quarterback, though, to want to give up on the play.
It does. I mean, usually you want to make something happen every single play, and but the good ones, the veteran ones, they learn when to throw it away.
2nd and 10. There's a flag on the play. Here's a throw to the end zone. It goes over Bird's head, over the boards and incomplete, but let's hold on.
I feel like that was offsides offense, and the ball should have been blown dead. Unless they're calling it illegal defense.
Illegal defense. Number 11 was not down in the stance at the snap. 5-yard penalty. Replay, 2nd down.
So it turns into 2nd and 5. Call it the 24. Jemias Pittman doing yeoman's duty on the offensive front tonight. And Benefield has to throw this away, and he does. Incomplete. Now a flag comes out.
After the whistle.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense number 0, 15-yard penalty. Automatic,
Willie
1st
Hitler
down.
roughs the passer. Another look at it. The ball was already gone, and then he knocked him down. I know it's hard to hold up, but That's tough.
It is, but it's discipline. I mean, it comes down to discipline, and you know, my hopes are once again these coaching staffs coach up, you know, these young players, and I mean, you got to hold back.
So it turns into a 1st and 10 for the Pirates at the 11. 6:10 to go, and this is the drive of the game for the Pirates.
You know, I feel like offensively they have settled in, and defensively they settled in, and I think this is a big possession for Frisco.
Carter takes it down to the 5-yard line. So another handoff here, and Martez Carter gets the ball to the 5 before he's pulled down. Pirates are driving with 5:36. The game tied at 20 here in the 4th quarter. Cornerstone Bank sponsors the Pirates, 12 locations in Worcester and throughout Massachusetts. They're there when you need us. Pirates need a touchdown. On 2nd down, Benefield at the end zone, caught, touchdown, it is Bird. Montez Bird with a touchdown reception, and the Pirates take the lead with 5:09 remaining.
You give him time, and he's going to find that open receiver, and that's all he did there.
Bird had a decent season last year, 3 touchdown receptions. Became a starter down the stretch. Here he gives the Pirates the lead of 26-20 with a point pending. Gable set for the extra point. Here's his kick. It's on the way, and this one is good. So the Pirates now hold a 27-20 lead over the Frisco Fighters with 4 minutes and 30 seconds to play here at Phoenix Field and the DCU Center tonight. Back here at Phoenix Field and the DCU Center. I said that could have been your drive of the game. 32 yards and 3 plays, a couple penalties thrown in, and Bird with a touchdown reception of 5 yards. And here is Gonzalez, who takes it at the wall to the 5, straight forward to the 10, and that's going to be all as Chucky Williams brings him down.
If he'd have let that go, that would have gone over the wall, and they'd have had the ball at the 25 at this point. But he tried to make a play.
Yep. Well, he's been known to do it.
And he has. He wasn't all IFL for no reason. He made plays last year.
So 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. 4:15 and the clock moves for Frisco. They are down by 7. Can the Pirates hold on and pick up a win here at Phoenix Field in the DCU Center to extend their unbeaten streak to 12 games? TJ Edwards underneath, complete. Gonzalez makes the catch. There's a flag at the 13-yard line. Gonzalez push into defenders. Let's hold on. Jeff Knight's been busy. Maybe more than you would like,
yes,
Mr. Tryon.
Yes, hopefully it's the
Illegal
busiest
defense.
of the year.
Number 3 was in the belt, unaligned. 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Flags on this play. To the wall, caught by Gonzalez at the 25. I think the Pirates were offside defensively.
You know, the fact that they let the play go, it tells me you are correct, Mick.
Illegal defense.
No, illegal defense.
Number 9 was not in his stance at the snap. The penalty is declined. 2nd down.
Edwards gets a chance to quarterback on this series. Pump fake with time, steps up, wants to run, gets to the 20 and crosses the 20 to the 19 where he's knocked out of bounds. So as you get the look from the end zone, he didn't have anybody open.
Well, great coverage. I mean, he looked and looked, and, you know, the O-line's giving him time. He just had to tuck it and run.
2nd and 4, gain of 6. Football at the 19. Munson in motion. Handoff goes down to Rankin, sidesteps the tackler of McMillan and gets to the 15, still going to the 10, down to the 5, and he's gonna score. Unless they say hit the wall. No, touchdown. So Rankin into the end zone for the 3rd time tonight. And the Frisco Fighters are a point away from tying up this game with 2:21 to play.
Outstanding run there. I mean, we got tired defense is what we got here. I mean, they just, I don't want to say they quit on the play, but I think they quit on the play.
Yeah, well, I guess maybe they thought somebody was going to push them into the wall. It didn't happen. Rankin, 19-yard touchdown run. And here's Aguayo's extra point to tie it. Placement down. Here's his kick. It's good. We are tied at 27 all with 1:51 to play. Welcome back to Phoenix Field in the DCU Center. 1:51 to go. Here's Aguayo's kick. It's going to bounce. Zico at about the 7. Great burst of speed. Hurdles a tackler and gets upended at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 at midfield for the Pirates with 1:46 on the clock, tied at 27. Well, a chance to tell you that SGT Sports Massage at 145 Front Street in Worcester is the sponsor of the Pirates. SGT Sports Massage, not just a spa, they're an experience. Alejandro Benefield has his play. First and 10 at midfield. Owens comes in motion on the near side. They look him off. Benefield wants to throw underneath. It was tipped, incomplete.
We got an offside on Cedric Poole.
Offside. Defense number 3, 5-yard
Good call by Todd Tryon. That's why you're the commissioner.
Well, you know, Owens, not only is he a great receiver, but he demands such attention that, you know, Cedric Poole's had a couple offsides now, and it's because he's trying to get his hands on Owens so quick.
First and 5. 19-yard line. Pirates are just 19 yards away from taking the lead with 1:10 to play, and we have the 1-minute timeout coming up, and I think that's what the Pirates are going to do. They're going to run it down to 1 minute, and that's what we have left on the clock. 1 minute to play here at Phoenix Field in the DCU Center in a 20-27 ball game tonight. 1 minute to play here at Phoenix Field in the DCU Center. 1st and 5 for the Pirates at the 19-yard line of the Fighters, and it is Carter going nowhere. J.D. Griggs was in on the stop. Kind of a read option, but Carter decided to keep it, and it went for naught. 2nd and 6 for the Pirates at the 21-yard line. Quick toss, far wall. Ooh, bad tackle. Clothesline as Bird made the catch and was pulled down by the neck.
Got another late hit here.
Completed pass to the 20.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 11.
Williams.
Half distance to the goal from the end of the run, automatic first down.
I was trying to say he was spun into him. I'm not able to see the replay, but he obviously is not accepting this penalty. But that is a big penalty, half the distance to the goal. You know, they can all but run the clock out.
Scoreboard's down to 24 seconds. They're going to run the clock all the way down. Benefield takes the snap, and it's blown dead. False start on the offense coming up. Well, not really what they wanted.
No, you don't want to back up in this situation.
Well, Gables had field goals of 36 and 24 yards tonight, and He may get called on here for the game winner.
Ball start, offense number 90, 5-yard penalty, replay first down. Frisco has declined to enforce the 10-second runoff.
Owens and Redding in motion. Benefield hit hard by Hibbler, and Hibbler's hurt. 8 seconds on the clock. And Hibbler, who lowered the boom, is going to be the last man to get up. Good tackle, hit him with the shoulder. So
Third and final charge timeout. Frisco.
timeout taken by Frisco with 8 seconds left. The offense stays on the field. 27-27, 8 seconds to play. Pirates are going to run one play. And it was dropped by Benefield, but he did pick it up and went forward for a couple of yards. And here's the last timeout by the Massachusetts Pirates. They're going to spot it at the 25, so it's a 33-yard attempt for Josh Gable. Gable for the win from 33 yards out with 4 seconds to play for the Pirates. He's made 2 field goals tonight. Had 2 walk-offs last year. Can he do it again? Here's Gable's kick. It's on the way, and this one is good as time runs out, and the Massachusetts Pirates have defeated the Frisco Fighters by a score of 30-27 on a 33-yard field goal by Josh Gable at the gun.
And there was no doubt it was right down the gut. And, you know, the kicking in our game is a little different than the outdoor games. Our field goals are only 10 feet apart. And so anytime you can hit a field goal, let alone a game winner, it's an impressive feat.
Well, it wasn't the prettiest of games, but the Pirates will take it. They win game number 1 as the defending champions in the IFL and defeat the Frisco Fighters 30-27. We'll come back with our post-game festivities here from Phoenix Field in the DCU Center in just a moment. Massachusetts Pirates football is presented by Phoenix Communications and these fine sponsors.
Boston Sports Performance Center brings world-class sports medicine, sports physical therapy, and sports performance services to help all athletes and patients recover faster with a level of success that they may not have imagined possible. The center's team of orthopedic surgeons and sports medicine physicians from St. Elizabeth's Medical Center work alongside licensed sports physical therapists and experienced performance coaches to provide minimally invasive medical treatments, advanced rehabilitation, sports performance training, as well as a comprehensive concussion management program.
Game time.
Back here at Phoenix Field in the DCU Center, your final tonight, the Massachusetts Pirates over the Frisco Fighters by a score of 30-27. Welcome back into the broadcast booth. Mick Moninghoff and Todd Tryon. Time now for the Stewart Health post-game report. And when you look at the way this game was played, Todd, not the cleanest of games, obviously. A lot of jitters maybe both sides in game 1. Defenses both played pretty well, but still the Pirates come up with their 12th consecutive victory.
You know, yeah, I felt it took just about 3 quarters, about 2.5 quarters for both sides to settle in. And, you know, once they settled in, it was good football. Just, you know, kicking off the year, it took a minute.
Let's take a look at the second half highlights on this one as the Pirates come up victorious. And in the third quarter, it was Sims finding Laquiviante Gonzalez for a touchdown, and the former Pirate, making his mark here at the DCU Center in Phoenix Field again tonight. But then the Pirates did come back, and they kept this game very close, tied it up at 20 all as a 15-yard run from Alejandro Benefield kept the Pirates afloat.
Yeah, Benefield was tough. I thought he was tough most of the night. He made one bad throw, but outside of that, I thought he looked really good.
Yeah, he is a very adept running quarterback when he has to be.
When he has to be, he's got the athletic ability to tuck it and run and make a play.
The end zone motoring drive of the game was a 32-yard drive in 3 plays, and it culminated with Benefield throwing a touchdown pass to Dantes Bird, and that gave the Pirates a lead of 27-20.
And you called it. That was the drive of the game. I thought it would have been the stop of the game, but O-line did a good job of protecting him, giving him some time to find the receiver in the back of the end zone.
Then it was Rankin who had a very great game tonight, a 19-yard touchdown run, and it was a 27-all affair as we're heading down the stretch.
His 3rd touchdown, yeah, he was a very bright spot for Frisco.
And finally, your cross insurance play of the game, and it has to be the game winner off the foot of Josh Gable, a 33-yard field goal to win it as time runs out.
And he's an all-IFL kicker for a reason. He hit 3 tonight, and that was the 2nd time he's had a walk-off against Frisco.
If I had to go with the golf postgame stat report, maybe not the cleanest night of Benefield, but he did have the big rushing touchdown, so his passing numbers maybe not what he would want them to be, as he wound up 11 of 24. Great night running the football for Rankin. 6 carries, 45 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, and also a 22-yard reception. But I think the 3 field goals, when you add them up, were crucial points by Gable, including the game winner. That's his 3rd game-winning kick over the last 2 seasons now.
When you got a low-scoring game like that, yeah, it's tough not to go with your field goal kicker, especially as Gable hit the game winner, 33-yarder. I mean, that is a narrow goalpost under immense pressure. To make it when it counts.
Well, both teams have bye weeks coming up, so they get a time to collect themselves after this one. Todd Tryon, how'd you like your first venture into the broadcast booth?
Mick, I got to compliment you. I mean, you got a lot of moving parts going on up here, and I'm impressed by your job.
Well, thank you very much. It was our pleasure. As I hope you enjoyed the Pirates game tonight. Your final 30-27. The Pirates now have won 12 consecutive games, stemming back to last year. Hope you enjoyed it here from Phoenix Field and the DCU Center tonight. So long, everybody.
My enemies are gonna be my reason. We gon' make them on my glad they gon' feel how they say they've never seen a real one. They can never be a real one. A lie they see. Yeah. When they no lose my way.
Looking for financial advice and personalized service regardless of wealth? Then open an online account today at berkshirebank.com. Our simple opening process takes just a few minutes. Once complete, you can sign up to all of our flexible banking tools from mobile banking, online banking, and our branchless My Banker concierge banking service. Come see what it means to bank with a socially responsible bank that doesn't base the quality of service on the size of your wallet. Get started today at berkshirebank.com.
It's hard to imagine all the information that's flying around the world today. YouTube, Zoom videos, photographs, data, that all transmits over fiber optic cable. Over the last 20 years, Phoenix has installed thousands of miles of fiber optic cable just in the New England region alone. It goes under the oceans, on the poles, in your buildings, under the streets you drive on. That means that fiber optic cable will most likely be coming to your home in the future, and Phoenix will probably install it.